Alrighty, O'Reilly. We should be up and running. Let's see how we go. Let's see if I can find myself on the internet. Also, sometimes might count as a viewer if I look at my own stream. But if we are, and I do believe we are ready. Yes. My name is Andy Line. This is Chess Please. You are very welcome to episode 11 of Chess Please. If you're new here, what we do here is we play some novice to intermediate chess. I try to explain my moves as I'm going through, blunders and all. And we try to do a little better each time. We also play members of the Great Unwashed Public. And with that in mind, we do have a challenger from the outside world tonight. My esteemed guest is my co-host on our podcast, Podcats. If you haven't heard it, check it out. It's actually really good. Stephen Beale. So Stephen is not joining me on the line as he normally would do, but I thank him for being here. What I'm going to do, so Stephen is a beginner at chess off the back of this channel, which I'd like to toot my own horn loudly and proudly. He is he's getting his teeth into the old chess world. So we're going to give a game live. I'm going to talk through some of my moves. Before we do that, want to get the jitters out, want to make sure everyone can see what I'm doing on here. So we're going to play one game of bullet chess, which is a 1 minute game. The game I'll play against Steve and our other opponents will be a good deal longer. But let's get cracking with the game of bullet chess. And here we go, we're playing Tom 2013 from Israel. I've switched up the formatting to make it more chess central. So you actually can't see how highly or lowly rated Tom is, but let me tell you, he is 1043 rated, and I am 1101 rated in bullet chess, which is what we're playing now. You have different ratings based on how fast you play chess at. And mine collapse down the quicker the game goes. But just want to get out some of the jitters here. This is going to be a very quick game, so the analysis is pretty poor. That said, it's more so for getting everybody settled in. And to that end, I hope everyone's well. Just announced a bit of an extension of the lockdown here in Dublin. It's going to be going till, what do we say? March 5th. And it's January 26th now. To be honest, I don't hate lockdown, but I do want it to end, and I want everyone to be safe and well. So we're in for that now, but no better time to pick up a bit of chess, is what I say. We're winning on time here, which is wonderful. We're not winning on a huge pile else. Our structure is heavily damaged. I had intended to castle over this side, but this queen check, which they've just leveled upon me now, has put pay to any of those schemes. But that doesn't mean I have to accept the trade. We've lost all time advantage there, which was really all we had going for us. Let's launch an attack. 16 seconds left. This is what's kind of crap about bullet chess, is most of the time the game is decided on time. And that is not what you necessarily want. Let's try this. And that. Triple pawns, nearly had a pawn willy in there. That's check. Ooh, that was a bad move. Yep, that was a good response. Just trying to get my moves done before the game ends. That's check. I like that one actually a lot. Let's start pushing a few pawns. Ooh, wasn't paying attention there. That's okay. Whatever. That's fine. They're also panicking a good bit, which one loves to see, but I don't know if we've given ourselves the best chance to win here. What's going on? Ah, I'm in check. And I've lost on time. Thought we had him. But enough trifling nonsense. Let's get cracking with our first challenger of the evening, and it is Stephen Beale. Stephen, if you're there and you're watching, I hope you're well. I think I'm just gonna have to Chester Beatty, number 1. Challenge going out. It's offering me the option to offer balanced game, even up the material odds. I might do that sometime, but Steve-O, I think you might actually end up being pretty good at this. So I am much too scared to offer those sort of concessions just yet. Let's get a W under the belt and we'll go from there. Steve-O's got the white pieces. It'd be a travesty if he doesn't win with those. But let's see how Senor Chester Beatty gets on here. Let's see. I wonder if he's watching the stream, which he's at liberty to do. I might be a little bit more guarded with my ooh, a nice little London jabby, is it? That's alright, Steve-O. I like to see it. Okay. Nothing too dramatic at this stage, just both trying to stake our claim in the middle here, trying to get a couple of our minor pieces into the game. What's wrong with that? It's just two bros playing chess. Alright then. Again, not gonna mix it up too much, not gonna rock the boat. Rocky Horror Picture Boat. There you go. You've caught me listening to my own stream there, which is nice. Just want to see what all of you experience. Solid stuff so thus far from Steve-O. No messing about, no kissing. Need to take a little bit more time over our moves, maybe. Okay, nice little pin here, Steve. You see the attack coming here from the bishop, pinning my knight to the king. Nothing much I can do about it. Might chase him away. Chasing Born. Chasing Status. Remember those? There was a DJ, I believe. Okay, he's dropped the bishop back. Let's just advance up the board. I'm texting our mutual friend Stephen to tell him there's a game on. And there really is a game on. Nothing out of place. A place for every piece and every piece in its place. Development is equal. Just going to shore up things in the middle there. And there really is no knowing where we're going. Cashlawn Canucka. Can't argue with that. Let me see what you make of this. You know, he's picking up the game remarkably quickly. Is our Steve-O? But I don't know if he'll be happy with what's about to happen here. That bishop's got nowhere to go. It's got a bit, can go here, death, here, death. Some of these deaths aren't as bad as others, but in any case, that was a bit mean. Close the net around him. I see with my new setup, you get a few free ads here. I am not sponsored by Lifestyle Sports, but they're getting a bit of cash in there. They made a keen investment investing in chess.com, and more power to them, I say. They're both playing pretty quickly. No one, no pause for breath here. I think that was the right counter, if you're asking me. And as a response, let me have a look here. This is now hanging. This is kind of hanging. And I'm going to take this bishop, but I have three options. I can take with a knight, take with a pawn, take with a queen. And pawn is tempting, but knight is sort of what I'm thinking at the moment. For a couple of reasons, which I can't remember if Bill said he was going to watch or not. And if he is, have this, mate. I'm not going to tell you what I'm planning. We can go over it after the game. First blood. Very closed game. Not a huge amount of open space. Plenty of pawns still on the board. Oh, I see. I was chatting to Steve-O about his chess journey earlier in the week. He's been looking at some of the greats. John Bartholomew. If anyone out here is in any way looking to beef up their chess, John Bartholomew's 5 fundamentals of chess. They're each an hour-long video. He's one of the kinder people on earth, based on his videos. Just a very patient man, and I would highly recommend his videos. That's a good move, Steve-O. That is a good move. And you know my susceptibility to an old knight fork, namely this c-pawn. As a response, a responsorial Sam, I can see no better than bringing this bishop out. It's a developmental move, protects here, attacks here. It's under attack twice, but it's defended twice, so what harm? Again, if you're swinging by, if you're gracious enough to join us this evening, feel free to say hello in the chat. Please don't make any recommendations or comments on moves until the game is over. I am on a bit of a delay anyway, so I probably won't see them in time, but just to be safe, I don't want an asterisk beside my world title when I eventually earn one. But most mediocre chess. I would say he's recovered well after a rocky start, Steve. There was a bit of a mean one I saw here, so he's made a move there. I'll just go back to this move here. So as soon as he makes this attack on the bishop, with the bishop, knight fork, when I get the bishop out of there, oftentimes people might just take like that, or they'll do what Steve-O did, which is drop back, and then I chase it away again, drop back again. Different move. That's fine, castling. Did this move. Now this is just a lesson you do have to learn. This bishop runs out of room pretty quickly. Steve-O didn't spot it in time, or maybe he did, but thought that the trade-off for the position was good enough. Anyway, we're back live. No dwelling on the past. The queen is up and at 'em, folks. The queen is right at it. Now what I should be doing is castling. particularly now with the queen here, there is some Guther in the way in the shape of these two pawns, but they have a very short life expectancy, so I wouldn't be overly confident they'll be sticking around. However, what I do see is a wee Tactino just here. So we'll take the trade there. Bishop is backing up this fella. Now again, it's very brave of Steve-O to come out and play here, and he's played very well. I've been playing chess a lot longer than him, so there's no shame in going down a bit of material. I have not won this game at all, by the way. There's plenty of chess left to be played. But sometimes chess can be a bit disheartening. And Steve, I want you to know, I respect you too much to play beneath what I think is the right move. I'm not going to give you any sympathy. That'd be no good for you. And I know you wouldn't want me anyway. We'll take this. Now we might be a couple of points up in material, but until I get castles and maybe sort out this knight, I won't be happy. It's a little bit exposed. You see kind of minor gains in material like this for 2 pawns up. In the mid game, there's plenty of other stuff on the board. This kind of really makes its impact known at the end of the game, or in the end game as it's known. But at the moment, there's definitely danger lurking on these mean streets. See how we get on. Good old mull over. And just a little nod to our the overall arc of chess, please. The main storyline being me trying to get into the 1400 ratings from my starting position around 1350 after several dips and several poor weeks. We're back around where we should be on that in the 1371, which not as high as we've ever been. We've certainly been a lot lower. So I'll take this time. So Stephen's got his knight out of there, which maybe anticipates me moving my king over here. Wants to get the knight back over yonder. But to be honest, I'm happy enough with it. Away here. This c pawn is breathes a great big sigh of relief. Now, in terms of attacking plans, because now I'm happy enough with how we're set up. I think we're ahead here. So what I might be interested in. That's a good move, Steve. So general thought process here. Any immediate threats, nothing too nasty. Any night forks is something I've built into my process because of how often I get decimated by it. And there could be some threats here, but nothing crazy. This piece is undefended. This piece is undefended. Which is just something to be aware of. I don't really see any huge need to move them right now. But now I just want to have a look for any of my pieces that aren't doing anything. Can I get them doing anything? My queen being one of them. And I'm just trying to think of how best. If we do something like this. Queen just kind of gets more into the game here, more onto the king's side, which is where the action is going to go down in terms of any immediate threats. Still has a good old piece of pie in the middle of the board, so we're happy enough with her here. Doing the same attacking job as she was over here, but now more so on here, and actually potentially clears the way for this rook to come on over. Actually, this rook is defending here, so this fella might come on over. But either way, you want to get your rooks in the middle of the board. I'm tempted to take with the pawn, but I think more likely is actually just knight back here. Reason I didn't want to take with the pawn, if I take with the pawn, it's just a trade. It feels like I'm winning a piece, but it's just pawn, and then he'll take back. And if he takes back with the knight, he'll do so with tempo, as in he's attacking my queen. If the knight's here, it's going to be attacking my queen there, and that's very annoying. Now I could zonk my queen over here and take that now open pawn, but it's a little bit namby-pamby, and this knight would now be this knight would now be here attacking this bishop. It's threat city in there, and I didn't want that to happen, so I didn't take it. And now I've dropped back this knight, which actually brings another attacker against this pawn, and while getting this knight to safety. So any move that does two things instead of one, always a bonus. Saves me a bit of time. Let's see how we're going. And Steve Films has picked an interesting chess.com username, Chester Beatty. Just got it, if you can believe that. Chester Beatty, I think he has a library somewhere, potentially in UCD, but his name also sounds like chess. Just got that. Yep, nice one, Steve. Touch class. You got class coming out your arse, Steve-o. I've always said that about you. Put this pen away, or I am wont to chew on it. And it's a nice pen. I actually already broke it by chewing on it too much. And it was nicer than one that should be chewed upon. That's a lesson. That's something we all have to go through. So now that this pawn is gone, this Centralia, that's my go again. Now that this pawn is gone, this knight is no longer doing anything. Is now free to scooch on up the board. Where did Steve go there? Oh, he went knight here. Direct attack on the queen. That's fine. This pawn again is for free. Do you know what? I might just take it. Might have been something more vicious we could try over here, but not good enough for that. So here we are. Taking your points and the goals will come. Definitely been a wily game, Steve-O. You haven't let me get comfortable, is what I'll say. Which is as big a compliment as I can level. Very much a cup tie feel to it. Rook up, Rookie Balboa. Might there be a little Dublin going on here? Dublin for 7 in a row. Could take this pawn. Not a huge benefit to anybody. So I want to get my queen out of here. This knight is actually a little bit more perilous. Couple of tidy little squares this knight can go to from here, namely here. And I'll let you figure the rest out for yourself. I don't want to give the game away yet, in case Steve-O has eyes and ears all over the internet. Which I'm quite confident he does. Okay. Chester Beatty. Finger slipped on that last rook move. Steve-O, I'll give you is it the one you just did? I just got a chat from Steve-O saying your finger slipped on the last rook move. A rookie mistake, as he says. Very, very good. Let me make just I'll give you that back. So if you wanna, I'll just make a fake move and then move my guy back. I'll just do this, which is just a nothing move. And then if you want to make the move you actually wanted to make, and then I'll move this guy back, and then you go again. Unless it's something crazy like that's alright, and then I'll do this. Okay, all good to go. The finger slip. It's a sweaty game. So a nice little cloak and dagger here. Pawn comes up 2 to attack the knight. And I'm figuring Steve-O was banking on me missing this little number here. But I'll just take there. Knight remains in trouble. Don't want to forget about that. That'll do you. Get him to safety. Nothing wrong with that. A little pawn advance. Take here. That's tough. That's tough stuff, Steve-O. Bishop coming in out of nowhere. Flying in from the top rope. That was a bit of bait I left for him. Which he didn't deserve. Knight takes here. Rook's got him covered. Bishop's got the knight covered from way back yonder. It's a sickener. You've made moves like that and you feel literally sick sometimes. But the game. That's the game. That's a good move though. Ah, you won't like that, Steve-O. He goes over the game tape. That's alright, Steve-O. Absolutely no shame in it. You played a damn hard game. Nothing too much. Couple of lessons to take away. Very solid opening. Nothing crazy here. Everybody coming out, everybody doing their own thing. This bishop thing is even a-okay. So getting chased away like this, very standard. Pawns coming up, try to push it back. All good. That was fine, just a developing move. Once I make this move, the response to this is a4. And basically if this takes if that let's get back there. Response to this, because you can actually do a couple of things. You can bring up this pawn now, or this one is generally the main one, because if I come up here, well, I can't come up there anymore to put any pressure on the bishop. If I take here, you can just take back, and then you've got a really nice square for your bishop there. One I've fought and failed to many times is just running out of runway for the bishop. Do the right thing. This is known as a desperado move. If you ever see that your piece is like it's dead, there's nowhere safe for it to go, just go out in a blaze of glory. Just take something with you, and even try to calculate like what's the best place to take that from, even if you're definitely going to lose your piece. And this was the right answer, I think. Took back. Great move there with the knight. There's a temptation to take right back, but why trade a piece when you can get one for free with that move there? And then this was another little tactic here. Just had a nice setup with my bishop and my knight staring down at this bishop, which only had one defender. Maybe just taking here might have gone with, but only spotted that after it happened. And we're a couple of points down in material now, so everything after this is kind of just desperation. That was a great move. Knight backwards, often a very hard move to find, but other than that, this knight is actually kind of there, is all right. But yeah, just a very, very uncomfortable move there. This was all fine. That was a good move with the knight, but left a few pawns at home. That was a rook slip. I think we reversed that one. That's fine. Got that tucked in. Push the pawn here again. Yeah, I would say if you're down material, this mightn't have been something you spotted, but trading off queens, you kind of need all the pieces you can get if you're down material. Trade off there, that's fine, and then the rest of this is just that's unlucky late in the game, chasing the game. Kind of needs to take a piece, but doesn't happen for you. And then this one was the final blow. But a good game overall, Steve-O. Thank you for joining me. Happy to play online or offline, or even go through it. Now, I'm gonna play someone from the Great Unknowns. We're gonna play a bit more of a more seasoned chess player. I would like to play beginners all the time, but it's not good for anyone really. But Steve, I hope you had a good time. Thank you very much for coming out to play me. We're playing Ethan Hunt, 27. Ethan Hunt, 27. He's 1320 rated. We have the white pieces. Gonna go with the bishop's opening. French defense. Generally against the French, I like to just take my territory early doors. If they're only going to move up one of their pawns, why not? Why not just chew into their territory? Same again here. This kind of goes against opening principles of getting your pieces out early doors. Bats. If I can lodge a pawn into their territory, I'm absolutely going to do it. One thing that I was thinking about with chess, and again, that's a nice little maneuver. Do I still not want to bring out any pieces? No, I kind of do. Let's just do this. Chess reminds me of Game of Thrones sometimes, and not shite last few seasons of Game of Thrones. Around like season 3 and 4, when there was a lot of like military machinations going on, and like you might have some of your army over here, some of your army over here, and how they work together or against each other, get in each other's way. Very much just a military operation. Also reminds me of just like the lowest graphics version of Age of Empires you could ever play, where you just have your base back here, their base up here, and you just have to go and murk the king. Age of Empires, essentially just a continuation of the game of chess. Alright, so I've gotten into a bit of trouble here early doors, talking absolute brown. Let me just do a quick count. I've got 1, 2, 3 defenders of this pawn, so I don't need to do anything. I was tempted to bring my bishop here just to fortify. However, with this queen move, this pawn, this C pawn, is now under relentless attack. So, to mitigate that, or I suppose is our next move, kind of wanted to get this bishop into the game. Which best place to do that is actually just here, I think. Which seems a little bit dainty, but some chess professionals might call it a quiet move. Do we have enough to defend this, by the way? 1, 2, 2, 3. We do indeed. And let's start the counter charge. Well, now that you mention it, I had actually given up this pawn for free just now. Knight goes here. But they didn't take it. And I guess that's why they're at the same level as I am. Or this might be part of a larger ruse. Let's get back to real time here. Sorry. Make sure we have the most up-to-date information. I actually don't know what the best way to defend this pawn is, because bishop out, same issues with this pawn here. If I take with the knight, just gets replaced with that one, we're back to square one. Do we just let it go? Could move this f pawn. Could move the f pawn. There's a sort of rule of thumb called that the f pawn is the forget about it pawn, because you're not supposed to move it, particularly not before you've castled. So let's break that rule. Foolishly. Could be a good old dose of hubris for us now. Because what it means is if we castle over this side, this fella is locked into his contract. So maybe I should just sort out this pawn first. You see, now we're in dire straits. I suppose I do want to take now, don't I? Yeah, there's nothing that says we have to park him here. I can take this one or this one. With this one, I'll damage their structure. And this one I won't. I feel like there's not a massive alternative to not taking. Just too many attackers here. Can't get the defender there in time. Pity. But there we have it. I think we can just grab this pawn. I really do. Let's just do it. Might also try and offer. Okay, so bishop comes out here to attack. I don't really mind this, because this queen here is annoying the life out of me. And my queen doesn't have a load of great squares to go to. So I might just offer a queen trade here. I can't go there. can't go there, they can't go there, they can't go there, they can't go there. So I think they do have to take it. And then this bishop finally becomes free to operate. So that's what I'm going to do. There's probably neater ways of doing that. Probably didn't have to give away my queen. I suppose the queen could tuck back here or here. But either way, our problems do dissipate. Nice little pin on the knight as a bonus. King probably castle now. Might do the same. We're up a piece and we're slightly better. We're up a pawn, I should say. Generally, when you say a piece, it means at least. It normally means a minor piece, a knight or a bishop, i.e., 3 points. We're up 1 point, which is now down here on the left-hand side of the screen. Which is no great shakes. It's no state to be trading off material in willy-nilly. Queen trade here was sort of out of necessity. I didn't know what the neatest way to solve this problem of the queen attack and this problem of the shackled bishop. But I think it's worked out all right there. That is also a good move. Bishop out here develops, clears the way to castle over here, stops me castling this side. I'm torn which side I do want to castle on. I think either way it's time to develop. I think our knight is how to do that. Again, another pretty passive move. One thing I can get sucked into is sometimes take an early lead and take the foot off the gas with what'll be slow moves like this. Now that's a developing move. There's no real harm nor foul here, but so like this bishop move here, a lot more dynamic, a lot more active, takes advantage of the F pawn rule that I broke earlier on, whereas this is just, it's purely selfish. Doesn't really do, only does one thing. But let's see how they react. Maybe they'll take it a little slow as well. Reason being, I actually just kind of want to immediately relocate my knight there. Knight here is actually a very ugly position because this bishop has nowhere to go. But knight here, protecting this pawn, pretty quiche, I'd have to say. That'll be my medical opinion on things. Ethan Hunt, which is the name of our opponent, do believe it is the protagonist in the Mission Impossible movies played by Tom Cruise. Let me just look up if that is right. Ethan Hunt. Yeah, there it is. Tom Cruise from Mission Impossible. I don't think we're playing against him. This fella is from the Netherlands, whereas Ethan Hunt was from the United States. On a fictional character. More evidence mounting against this imposter. At you. Mr. Hunt. He's going to mull over this move. While he's doing that, I'm actually just going to sprint and get some more water. No, we're back. He made his move while I was gone, I see. Very Tom Cruise. And it's another good move. Bishop in here. Two responses I have to this. One is just knight over here, get on with our lives, take the trade if they make it, and we'll castle over this side. The other one is pawn up here. Threatens the bishop. No great square for it to go to. Here we'll take with a knight. Here we'll take with a knight. No, this is a great square for them to go to. That's a free pawn. So that doesn't work. So we'll do the other one, which is this. I don't know what that means. I'm getting some suggestion that my audio isn't coming through. And I don't know how to fix it. It says the bit rate of 0 is lower than what's recommended. Don't know what the term means. So they might have to figure that out on their own, YouTube. But hopefully people can hear me. If you can't hear me, if anyone's listening out there, pop a wee message in the chat just to say, yes, I can hear you. You don't have to, but I'd like you to. Dare we castle now? We still can't. I was going to say castle over this side. Not an option. Maybe now is when we do the this yoke. I think that'll force their hand over here. Either way, I sort of want my bishop to be around for that. This will be a little nicer. Jeff Spillane, thank you very much, Jeff, tuning in from the States. I think you're still in the States, Jeff. But I hope you're well. Meant to give you a shout out on last week's show. You sent me a lovely text and I appreciate it. Helps motivate me to keep going. And I'm glad you can hear me. Although it's really not necessary for the stream. It's all about the chess, guys. Let's not lose sight of that. It's all about the mid-tier chess. Coming up on 9. Where I am, 5 to 9. I think I'll squeeze another game in. I think I'll go this one and one more. And I'll stick on that dealer. So I'd say they're a little safer at home. This pin is no longer a thing. This knight is free to roam about as he pleases. Here might be the worst. Slash would be great, actually. Yeah, castling is my priority number one now. This bishop pair looks very feisty, and mine are a little disjointed. This lad is crap. So options are attacking, pushing the pawn here, which is nice. It's a good move, Mr. Hunt. What I could do, I can take the knight. Does provide a pretty nice little springboard for this bishop thereafter. I could drop it back. That would sort of encourage something like that. But then I could drop back here, which I do like. So we'll do this. Still haven't committed to what side I'm going to castle on. Both are equally appealing / weak. This side is, and then my mind has been made up for me here. I am going to castle on the queen side, but first I'm going to take back here. Hopefully I haven't missed something tactical. Again, this move was bishop takes the knight. There's only really one move in response. Knight comes out there, didn't want to get tucking, but I want to do something here which would hopefully gain me a piece, by which I mean either this or this, but would then leave my king with no real good home to go to. Do you know what? Let's do it. Let's take the piece while we can. So this is a fork. Doesn't look like much, just with a pawn, but yeah, both of those pieces were getting attacked. This knight and this bishop takes 2 moves to move both of them. They've only got 1 move. This pawn is defended. And my opponent makes the nice desperado move, i.e. going out in a blaze of glory. We'll take back here. Now, where can this knight go that would be annoying is a question I want to ask myself. And the answer is nowhere fast. Now I could castle, more out of convenience than safety. Because what that'll do is it'll end my rook up here, my king here. Kind of like that. That's also not a bad move. Looking for something discovered. If I go here, knight can move here with check. I come up here. Knight can come back here with more check. Then I can come back here. And I think that's actually fine. So let's do that. Time to take a sip of that water that I went to go and get. Remember that? Well, this is definitely alright. Because I wanted to move my bishop here. Anyway, and I'm not just saying that. I did. Right. Time is now becoming a factor. Tempted to just trade. I think I will. I don't like the idea of that knight being able to surprise me with check. I hope they take with the pawn here, if I'm honest. They took with the rook, which is the right move. And knight. Couple of considerations. This pawn loose. Actually, that can be solved pretty easily. Right, we're a full piece up now, so any trades they offer, I'll bite their hand off. I think it might also be time to just get the old king up the board a bit. Double attack on the bishop. Put an end to that. Alright then. This pawn might just have to die for its country. Okay. I do want to take this. It's double check. Bosh and bosh. He'll take there. And then there's a nice little pin here with the bishop here. This rook is going nowhere. Nowhere. It is legally not allowed move. He's tied to the king. And we'll just mop it up. They've given away their other rook. Probably playing for a stalemate now. Let's sacrifice that pawn. Making himself a nice little cocoon in here. I don't want to go and mop up all their other pawns in a huge hurry because it seems like they're sort of making themselves a wee stalemate nest in here. Basically making it so that the king is going to have very limited moves. Makes it very easy for me to put them in a position where they cannot move. Ergo, we draw the game. We're in good shape though, make no mistake. Very good shape now, they've just resigned. Excellent shape. And we're up to 1378. Dizzy heights which couldn't have been imagined but a few measly weeks ago. But time makes fools of us all, as we say. We're going to do one more. We're going to do one more game of chess. If you have liked what we've seen, smash that like and subscribe button. You might already be subscribed if you're still sticking around. But if this is your first time seeing it, maybe you're watching this years in advance. In advance? Years in the future. I'm going to bring it down to 10 minutes. Still going to be a rapid game, but I want to go to bed. And we're playing John Forsty from Belgium. John Forsty. He Forsty for a beating. Let us find out. Johnny Boy actually has the exact same rating as me, 1371, which I had just before we won that last game. Do you remember? Do you remember the one we were just watching? When I won. Jesus, I'm in auto mode here. No incremental time, so we both just have 10 minutes, and that's all she wrote, and all she will ever write. Which does make a staggering difference. We see we've only played 2 15-minute games, but they took a good hour. Because of the time increment, or bonus time, as the youngsters call it these days, the hot shots. Alas, we've already used up 20 seconds of our time. So, little motif we saw earlier on with Steve O's bishop getting chased away. We'll take this. Trouble of brewing already here for John Stee, but that's a nice little free pawn early doors. Sometimes if you take a pawn early enough, you just crush your opponent's spirit and they resign straight away. Which, alright, that's not a great move either. But we'll take it. If this is some sort of fucking mate trap, excuse my language, this is some sort of mate trap that I'm after falling for, I'm going to be rightly miffed. Where can this knight go? Nowhere crazy is the answer. So let's make sure it doesn't do that. Always nervous of knights in the business end of things, and to be honest, probably have every right to be. They move in such a way as to make it very hard for me to understand what's going on with them. Johnsty boy, he knows where the party's at. Where can this knight go? Nope, nope. Tempting. Also tempting. but not really. And here. I think we have a clear winner, which is here. Might take with the bishop now. No. Well, getting chased all hither and yonder. Again, a game that started well for us has proceeded in odd fashion, I will say. Let's try this. Knight can come in here. That's check. Shouldn't have done that. Yeah, that's a big mistake. This game's back on. We can do this, which is actually fine. King's going to take here, which they've earned the right to. Right. So from winning to losing, the Andy Line saga. Now, I'm just making crazy, silly moves here. There's probably very accurate ways they can play around this. We're now a pawn down. It's a lot less fun. Thought I was going to cruise to another victory. That's how chess deals with it. You can't just waltz in on the day and expect to win. Johnsty is disconnected from the game and will auto resign. No, he's back. He's back. Probably just turned off his phone for a second. Ah, Jesus. Yeah, no, we're going to be down another piece here. Oh, that's manky. That is not a nice position to be in. No real say. I mean, this square, but bishop's got nobody left to look out for him. It's a silly, silly move. But sure, look, we're having a great time. And this will be our final outing for the evening. I'm gonna keep playing chess like this until I'm actually dead, because it's fun. You know, I still think there's places where my man Johnsty can go wrong. But there's more places where you can go right. Lifestyle Sports consistently have had advertising on chess.com. Don't know if they're nailing it with the targeting. Don't know if chess people are the most mobile. Hemorrhaging material. All hands to the pump here. Only thing I'll say is I have every single one of my pieces within about a 10 square radius. 16 even. They're all doing a job for me. But you gotta make sure that they're let do that job. I think this. Yep. There's going to be a widespread trade-off. I may as well start with the knight. Should have played one fewer games. This one's gonna be not a win. The other one. Trouble a brewing. Ah, bad move. Well, it's a damp squib of a finale, but sure, look, that is chess. That is chess up and down. I'll take that, sure. If you're going to give me that, I'll take it. And that's checkmate. Nice job, Johnsty. Thought you were a mug, whereas in reality, this guy was the mug. Listen, folks, that's all we're going to have time for tonight. Really appreciate you tagging out. Thank you, Steve-O. Thank you to Ethan Hunt from Mission Impossible movies, Mission Impossible, and Johnsty, who took my pants down and he spanked me on the bottom. And what a nice way to end the show. We finish up at 1370, which, not bad. We're still on the hunt for 1400, maybe next week, maybe during the week. As I said, smash that like and subscribe if you like what you saw. Any feedback, lay it on my chin. I love hearing from viewers, positive and also very negative. But it's a pleasure either way. That's all from me, folks. Chess, please. Keep watching the chess. Goodbye.